welcome back to Visions. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Reg Blow, who is the CEO of the Mayor Spiritual Healing Centre in Thornbury. Welcome back to the program.
Good, Mirella.
Now, can you tell us, what do you hope to get through this healing model that you're running?
Well, one thing I forgot to do was to talk about the model that we practice. We talked about, it's coming from AA, but what we've got 4 parts to it. Mm-hmm. One is prevention, that's the first part, and that's the part where you're lost. We have intervention, where that's looking at denial. And then we've got tertiary prevention, which is healing and facing ourselves. And then we've got post-prevention, which is giving ourselves a sense of purpose in life. Because usually when people are in this negative behaviour, they've lost direction, they're not going anywhere. And it's like a circular thing they're on.
That's beautiful. It's great that there is this available, that people can actually go there, and it's not the end when they hit crisis point.
Yep, that's right. And that's what people need to realise, that there's help there, and it's not that difficult.
And it's not, I guess maybe the hardest part is to say, oh, I'm embarrassed to go. They don't want people to see me or think, oh, I've got a problem. But what's worse, carrying that problem for the rest of your life and living in that suffering, or getting help and getting over it.
That's right. I've got a great little story. There was this famous guy, he was pretty famous, and he said, oh, look, it's, like to get up and say you're alcoholic, and it's so shameful. And he said, mate, do you think it's not shameful when they see you falling over drunk and laying around the gutters?
Oh, that's so well put. That is beautiful. Yeah, it's true. And what did that guy say? What did the other guy say?
Well, when you're drunk, you don't know.
Oh, that's probably what he said. Well, I can't remember it, so it doesn't matter.
Can't remember it.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. That's the truth, isn't it?
That's right.
And what do you hope to achieve through the healing model, through healing traumas? How do you go about that?
Well, what we want to do is, obviously heal our people's spirit of addictive behaviours.
Yeah.
And of course, if you do that, you just start tackling their associated problems, like running up debt and stuff like that. There's all sorts of problems associated with alcoholism and drug abuse.
And how will you achieve this aim, do you think?
Well, by healing the spirit. Yeah. Because money won't do it.
Yeah.
If you got the right attitude and the right spirit, you can start getting stuck into life, living life.
Yeah. It all comes from within, and sometimes we forget, we see everything outside, we think we've got to get it all from outside.
That's exactly right.
But the power's all inside. That's the core of the power.
That's right. I was talking to a guy today, and they were saying, well, what sort of word would you like to see? And I said, well, I like to see a loving, caring world. So now, do I have to be the living, caring world? I have to subscribe to it, but how it's going to come about by other people seeing it in me. Yeah,
exactly. If they see it lived, that gives them hope. They think, oh, he can do it, I can do it too.
That's right.
If he can do it, I can do it.
It's not that hard.
So it's all about, living true to yourself, isn't it? Being your example by just being who you really are.
Yes, and managing your life.
Yeah. And everyone is special. Everyone is love, beauty, wonderful things.
And we're all unique. Yeah. And we have this tremendous possibility in our life to do and be anything we want.
And that's beautiful, the unique part, because no one's the same. Everyone has got something really amazing in them. That when you get to know people, you think, wow.
Oh, I know. I'm always amazed. I went and seen a friend's art exhibition, and the quality of the stuff is just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just don't know. How long has this been going on for, the healing centre?
The program's been going for about 5 years, but it's more in addictive alcohol and drug program. But lately we're sort of getting into family violence, because central to family violence is this acting in a negative, destructive way. Usually alcohol and drugs are at the back of it, and maybe lack of money and finances.
And
that's where all the family fights come about.
And also wrong thinking. I don't know, maybe you're thinking of, I'm more powerful than my wife, or whatever, if the husband's thinking that, and it's not the way to think.
And sometimes it's all a matter of shame and fear. If I'm doing things in a negative way, I can always blame that, the drink.
Yeah.
But, you know, like when you take all that away, you're exposed, and the man comes out, the real man.
Well, that's the best time, and then you can really deal with what's there.
Yeah.
And that person can really deal with what's inside them.
Contain that wild man.
Contain the wild man.
And use that wild man as a little boy.
Yeah, yeah. Just needs to be loved and nurtured.
That's
and
exactly
hugged and
right.
cuddled. And
and all that stuff that men don't want to talk about.
I think it's all just girly, but when...
Yes.
Yeah, but they need it.
But men need hugs too.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, I've done my warrior training, so I'm right.
You've done your what?
I can hug a man. And a tree. Because I'm an environmentalist too.
Good on you. That's good. Yeah, it's very important to look after nature, so nature looks after us.
People don't understand. In our spiritual program, we also have a spiritual healing walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's getting connected to the land, getting to understand how the land, you know, is so special to us, because when it's done, it's done. We're done.
Yeah. Yeah, I know someone who actually who used to live right on the ground, like he'd had his mat. He'd sleep on the ground because he said all the energy comes from the earth.
Yes. Yeah.
He wasn't like a poor person who had no home. He had a house and he ran a health farm and everything. But he actually slept on the ground, on the land.
Yeah. But you need to connect to nature.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he used to talk about.
That's great.
And you feel alive too, and he eats just fresh fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, all from nature.
Yeah, well that's what, we have a walking program on that part.
Oh, that's beautiful. But now we've got we've come to the end of the program, but we'd love to hear you play the didgeridoo once again.
Okay. And this is important because now we've got to close the space. We can't have a space opened up and all our ancestors running around. We've got to thank them for being with us at this time.
Yeah.
And wish them well on their journey back.
Beautiful. Beautiful interview. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
No, it's my pleasure.
I'm sure you've touched many hearts many times over. Well, you've been watching Visions, and our guest was Reg Blow from the Maya Healing Centre, and I hope you enjoyed the program. I'm Mirella Rich, and I'll see you again soon.